Hi there, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at Lesson 2.1, Writing and Graphing Inequalities. Today's notes are going to have 8 things in them, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to write down is how to represent words with the actual inequality and the graph. So what I'm going to have you do is copy down how to write the words and what that means with the algebraic term, with the inequality symbol, and then also how it represents the graph. So you are going to be writing down a few things for number 1. So let's go ahead and take time now to pause the video here so you can write down the words, algebra, and graph, and once you're done, click play to see how it's done. So the next thing we're going to do is just focus on how to write inequalities of each graph. So you're going to have 4 parts for number 2, 2a, b, c, and d. What we're going to do is go ahead and take the time now to pause the video so you can write the inequality, and then once you're done, click play so you can check your work. Okay, so for number 2, we have a closed circle pointing to the right. Anytime we have a closed circle, we're always going to have greater than either equal to or less than or equal to. And since it's pointing to the right, for all things bigger, I'm going to say that this is x is greater than or equal to 1. For letter B, we have an open circle. So this will be x is greater than 1. It is not greater than or equal to because the circle is not colored in, and it's greater than still because we're pointing to all things bigger than 1. For letter C, though, we have a closed circle, so that's going to be less than or equal to 1 because we're pointing to all things less than 1. And then for letter D, we should have x is less than 1. Since we have that open circle, it's less than, pointing to the left. Here are a few things that you're also going to see on your homework, how to write inequalities when you're reading sentences. So what you basically do is you break down the sentence and then write the inequality. It says a number w minus means subtraction 3.5 is less than or equal to, and less than or equal to looks like this, negative 2. Okay, so you're basically breaking down each part of the sentence and writing the inequality. This one says 3 is less than a number n plus 5. And then the last one we have on here before you try some on your own, 0 is greater than or equal to twice a number x, so 2 times x plus 1. Okay, you're going to give it a go here, so let's go ahead and pause the video so you can try 3 and 4, and once you're done, click play to check your work. Alright, so it says a number b is fewer than 30.4. Fewer than can also represent less than, so you should say b is less than 30.4. For number 4, it says negative 7/10 is at least twice a number k minus 4. So I'm going to write negative 7/10, and at least would mean greater than or equal to. Twice a number k would be 2k, and then minus 4. Oops. Okay. The next little portion, we're going to be filling in a solution and see if it works. So both of these says, tell whether negative 4 is a solution of each inequality. What I'm essentially going to do is just plug in negative 4 where I see x, and then see if it works. So I'm basically trying to figure out, is negative 4 plus 8 less than negative 3? If I try out negative 4 plus 8, I get 4. And 4 is not the less than negative 3, so this one will be not a solution. So let's see if letter B works. I have negative 4.5 times negative 4, and that's greater than negative 21. I already know that when I multiply two negatives, I'm going to get a positive, but once you work it out, you should get 18. So we're seeing if 18 is greater than 21, and that is a solution. Okay, so very simple. Here are some that you're going to try. So you're going to plug in negative 6 and see if it makes the solution of the inequality. Go ahead and take time now to pause the video so you can try these on your own, and once you're done, click play. So for number 5, if I plug in negative 6, I have negative 6 plus 4 is less than negative 1. I know negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2, so I'm basically trying to determine, is negative 2 less than negative 1? And that is a solution. Over here, if I plug in negative 6, 21 divided by negative 6 greater than or equal to negative 3.5. I'm going to go ahead and type that into my calculator. 21 divided by negative 6 is negative 3.5. So we're basically trying to figure out, is negative 3.5 greater than or equal to negative 3.5? And yes, this one is also a solution. Okay. The last little bit is what we're going to do with practicing just graphing each inequality. So again, to start up graphing your inequality, you're just going to worry about 3 numbers on the number line. The first number you're going to worry about is the one that's represented, and then you're going to write one number to the left. So one number to the left of negative 3 is negative 4, and then one number to the right is negative 2. Since it has a line underneath the inequality symbol, that's a closed circle, and it's pointing to, and it says y is less than or equal to negative 3, so I'm going to point to everything that's less than negative 3. So closed circle pointing right. Letter B is actually written a different way, so what I'm going to actually do is rewrite it so that it has x on the left side. It's a little bit easier when you have your variable on the left side. And once it's rewritten, it says x is greater than 2. So I'm going to put 2 here in the middle, 1 to the left, and 3 to the right. This will be an open circle, and since it says x is greater than 2, I'm going to point to everything greater than 2. The last one for letter C, very similar to letter B. I have 0, negative 1, and positive 1. I have a greater than symbol and an open circle, so I'm going to point to everything greater than 0. Here are 2 that you get to try on your own, so let's go ahead and pause the video here. Maybe think about rewriting number 8 to help you. Alright, so for number 7, you should draw your number line. Negative 8 here is in the middle, negative 9 is to the left, and negative 7 is to the right. We will have an open circle pointing to the right for number 7. For number 8, you do want to rewrite this, so g is less than or equal to 1.4. So on your number line, you can have 1.4, and then 1.3 to the left, and 1.5 to the right. This one is less than or equal to, so we'll have a closed circle, and we'll point to everything that is less than 1.4. That's going to conclude our video today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and just make sure you have those 8 things written down.